The animation you're about to go through is an hydrocarbon accounting application which manages oil, water, and gas production. It will last for about 16 to 20 minutes and will take you through initialization of the application, through data entry to generation of reports. This application was developed by Jomi Petrotech Limited and is captioned Quick Reach Hydrocarbon Accounting System. The application has the capability to automatically retrieve field data from source by directly importing them into the software. This eliminates errors when compared to manual inputting. It automatically generates crystal reports covering all your corporate needs such as daily, monthly, quarterly, and annual reports. In addition, it covers your crude oil evacuation such as lifting, shuttling, and related measurements. So in a few minutes, I shall be demonstrating the operability of this software. It is land-based and it is web-based, which means you can access the application through any web browser. For the purpose of this demonstration, we shall be using Mozilla Firefox as a web browser. We launch the web browser, we type in the application name, in the web browser, okay, the application, type in the appropriate application name in the web browser. The application will pop up. This is the application environment. Now on this environment, you can see that there are two fields owned by this client. The fields are being displayed on the right hand side. So when the user is ready to work on this system, he must choose any of these fields to work with. So you choose the field to work with. Now let's log in first. We'll log in with our details. Log in with my detail, my password, log in with the details, password, choose the field I want to work with. Then I will go to data entry. This is what the user does on a daily basis. Now this environment, the user will input his data. It's either he does it manually or automatically. So for the automatic method, we click on the import data from Excel, choose the destination of the file, the file is on the desktop, choose the file, open, choose import, say send. And when you click on the send, it takes you to this environment and you click paste data. The data is now pasted in the text boxes. The user must ensure that all text boxes are filled, else you encounter error. So we enter the empty box, text box, I will say save. Now the data is now sent to the database. The data is now in the database. So another thing that the user can do is to enter figures for well tests. Peradventure there is any well that is tested on that particular day, you enter the figure by clicking on that particular well, say edit, enter the figures, and you say update. That's another aspect of the application. Let's go to the next menu, navigate record. In navigation of the record, the user can move through the database either to the first or to the last. Moving to the first, you can view records on the first oil, or you can view records on the last record in the database. Now you can also play around in between by clicking on the calendar button. Click on the calendar and choose any particular day that you want to view, choosing the month, choose the day. That's the figure for that particular day. That's what you can do within the database. You can move around the database. Another aspect of this application is the edit production record. If you want to edit the production record, you go to a calendar button, choose the date that you want to edit, say proceed. It brings up this interface for you. Now you can adjust any figure that you wish to, and you click on your update button. As soon as you click on your update button, the error you have corrected or the changes you have made will also be affected in the database. That's one aspect of it. Now let's go to data visualization. In data visualization, the user may want to see the trend or flow of parameter. Now on the right hand side, as you can see, we have the net, gross, gas produced, gas injected, and so on and so forth. And we also have the choice for the kind of plots that we want to make. or multiple plot, we have bar plot, we have line plot, area plot, as the case may be. Now the user will also be prompted to choose the boundary condition, either lower boundary and the upper boundary. Now let us choose net daily. Choose our net daily, and we'll come to our dates. For our lower boundary, we choose our year, focus, choose a particular month, because we choose the first of the month, and we want to see the trend of flow of a net daily within this month of choice that we're making. I will say plot. It takes a few seconds for the plot to be generated. Of course, you can see it very well. Now you can see a very descriptive illustration of net daily as it flows within this month of consideration. That's the net daily, as you can see. That's how it flows. There is a drop at a particular point. Maybe there's a shortening of a well. There's an increment. There is also a drop for a period of time. Maybe there's a shortening. Now this is what the user can see. Of course, from this diagram, the user can also make some inference. It can also make some deductions. That's what the user can do. Now let's go to another menu. Another menu that we want to look at is our tools menu. Under the tools, we can customize our Excel. Of course, when we started, we said that you can automatically import your field data into this application. That means that there is a synchronization of this application and your template. There's a synchronization. There is an interface between this software and your template. So that means the user must make sure that everything he is doing is also taken care of. Everything he's doing on this application is also adjusted, just to make sure that the interface is not disconnected. So this is where the interface connection is done. So if peradventure there is any change in that your Excel field template, there's no cause for alarm. You come to this environment, but take note of the parameter that change was actually affected. Come to this environment and make the necessary change. You can change your Excel row, Excel column, and Excel sheet for both the oil, water, and gas. That's what you can do. Now another thing again you can do is to customize your validation. There are some parameters we know cannot go beyond certain boundaries. So this is the environment where we need to make that adjustment, both the lower and the upper boundary. For instance, your API cannot go above 60. So since your API cannot go above 60, you come to this environment and make the necessary adjustment, both the minimum and the lower boundary condition. You can also add signatories. This application has the capability for you to add signatories to the application. As you can see, we have signatory for technical manager, your manager, his phone number, and so on and so forth. So when you generate your report, what you can see is the signatories being displayed at the bottom, at the footer of your report. That's what you can see. Now another aspect of this application, the flexibility, is that the user can be able to add a new well. If there's a new well that is on stream in this particular field, the user will come to this environment, click on new well, and of course type in the well name at this environment, type in the well name and click add. As soon as you click add, the application will automatically add that well to that field. You can also add field. You can add field, add a new field. Come to this environment, type in the field, a new field name, type in the new field name, and of course identify the first oil day, the date for the first oil. As soon as that is done, you say create. When you create it, it will add it to the list of fields owned by this user. That's what the application can do. You can do a lot of things. This application, you can do your short link destination, you can do your export lifting, customizations, and so on and so forth. Now let's look at report generation, daily report. We have just uploaded data from the templates into this application. So that means we can generate a report for that particular day. So if you click generate report, this information comes up and you see a description of the report. Fine, this is a representation of the report. As you can see from this report is segmented. We have the oil part, we have the gas part, we have the water part, we have the stock information, we have information such as your lifting schedules and so on and so forth. It has provision for the user to make comments, make remarks, but eventually there is significant operation on that particular day. Such operations will definitely be displayed on this aspect of the application. You can see at this aspect the user name is also reflected. User can now go as far as printing the report. You can print the report, or you can export the report by clicking the export button. When you click the export button, it takes you to this environment where you need to choose the file format that you want to export the file to. You click OK. The application will automatically export this report to the PDF format. This is the PDF. Now you can save this PDF on any part of your computer. When the PDF file is saved, you can now attach to your email and send that to any recipient that you wish to. That's for daily report. Now for monthly report, the same thing too happens. You click on your monthly report and click monthly report. You choose your end of month. We choose November 2008 end of month. I will click generate. Takes a few seconds to generate. When you click on this generate button, you will see a report that shows oil report, and of course below you will see the footer. You see total information for gross, net, and so on and so forth. You also see your lifting, you see your stock information. You can as well zoom this report to view the figures very well. You can zoom it. We're on 100, we have zoomed to 150. You can see the footer clearly. Below we have the total, we have the average, we have provision for signatory, and so on and so forth. The same thing too you can do. You can export the report and print the report. Now let me also say this, that Jomic recognizes the importance and role of back allocation in the foregoing as it affects reservoir studies or well performance. This program enables you to do that through well test records in the database. Finally, on this demonstration, let us look at multiple fields report. By going to this panel, the user can combine fields, combine one asset to the other asset to look at the total production on any particular day. So by clicking the two assets, or if the user has more than two assets, the application will definitely add the other asset on this row. So you can choose as many assets that you want to combine and choose the particular day that you want to view the combination of this asset report. You can choose any of this day and click show. As soon as you click show, it will definitely display the combined report. Now on the left hand side of this application, you can see valuable information, very important information for any of the assets owned by this client, by this user. You can see the first oil, you can see the last update that was done, you can see picture information, and so on and so forth. So at this point in time, Jomic Petrotech Limited appreciates your attention and looks forward to partnering with you on this innovative product. Thank you.